My name is Jennings, and in this video, I'm exposing the behind-the-scenes process and secrets behind how my company, Phantom Brands, grows and builds brands for public figures like people in the NBA, people in the NFL, exactly how we do it, how we lay the framework, how we create the brand, how we grow the brand, release the brand, all of those pieces from A to Z so that you can get more value in building your own brand. Now, to preface, a lot of my clientele being public figures are very, very busy. So what we want to do from the get-go in any service is make things as easy as possible for them. So exactly how we start to get a vision for how to storytell with their brand is via creativity intake form. That's the very first thing we do. Of course, we have our initial meetings and, before they become a client, we're doing things with them. But when they become a client, they fill out what's called a creativity intake form immediately, because the foundation of a brand is the most important thing possible. We need to fully understand, what story are we telling with this person? What style or products are we going to tell the story through? And then how are we going to align this with the demographic that is perfectly aligned through the entire process, right? You need complete brand congruency, okay? So in this creativity intake form, this is not just about color schemes, right? We go deeper. It's like, who do you want to wear the brand? Who do you want to use the product? Where do you want the product to be? And what stores would carry this product, right? What are comparable competitors that you want people to think of when they also think of your brand? So we go psychological as well. And then beyond that, we also want to get a really good understanding of their story. Like, who are you as a person, right? Because brands need meaning. Like, product-based businesses need a story. They need an emotional connection to the audience. People want a deeper meaning in things. They don't just want a random shirt with no meaning, right? So we really want to dive deep on who are they? How do they want to perceive the brand? How do they want the brand perceived in the eyes of the target audience we're targeting? And then also, of course, aesthetically, execution-wise, okay? Now, this creativity intake form is sent over back to our team, and our team is going to instantly create designs, artwork, in a general mood board, right? General direction. This is the color schemes we see. These are the fonts we see being used. These are the general designs, competitors, blah, blah, blah. Complete market and brand research. And then we hop on a creativity call, okay? And that's where we review these answers, this data, this market research, this vision of the brand. And we get on the same page with the client, okay? Sometimes we sometimes this goes perfectly. Sometimes we might need a little bit more tweaking in terms of the story we want to tell, the brand we want to create, and the people we want to target with the brand, our go-to-market strategy. When this process is done, then we get to work in terms of revisions, right? The first thing we want to do is establish like font identity, color schemes, product selections, artwork, designs, all of that. That's the first thing we do before we go into actual product creation. So from there, it's the revision process. Okay, typically, depending on the SKUs they want, depending on the size of the collection, artwork revisions and the design process is typically about a month, 30 days, depending on their workload. And again, a lot of the public figures that we work with, very, very busy. They don't want to hop on weekly calls, right? So it's a lot of via text revisions and things that are very, very quick. Because again, when you're providing a service, especially one to rich people, you need to move fast and you need to make things convenient. Do not add friction in your client onboarding and your client experience. It's a complete turnoff. You over-deliver by lowering your friction to 0 and your deliverable to 10. That's how you over-deliver in a service. Once we fine-tune the design process, the creation, the logos, the artwork, the schemes, blah, 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 then we go into actual product creation. Okay, so let's say it's a clothing brand, for example. That is when we go and apply and get samples. And we do cut and sew if it's luxury, or we do blanks. And we come up with a strategy on how to execute product creation. Again, product creation comes back to our initial process of understanding the brand's foundation. Everything stems from that, how we're going to market everything. So it's very, very important. If you have a brand, or if you're thinking about growing a brand, you need to get the foundation locked. Super important. So at this point, depending on the direction of brand, we obviously have an understanding of that. We go and source products for them, okay? We're sourcing products. We have manufacturers domestically. We have manufacturers internationally. So depending on if they want to go with a medium price brand or a luxury brand, we execute for them, okay? And that's when the sample process is going through. We're applying the artwork. We're getting feedback on fabrics, on fits, on cuts, on all of these things. Through the production process, we're also working behind the scenes on just more things via branding. Like, what is the experience going to be when somebody opens up this brand? The unboxing experience. the post-customer experience, right? That is very powerful because products or services, anything really, people buy based on emotion. They want an experience. They want to feel something. They want to feel connected. They want their identity reinforced. They want all of these things, and we're going to give it to them via product, via experience, pre and post purchase, okay? So through this process, once we understand, okay, we have the products. Products are, the full collection is checked off. We have the products, we have the designs, we have the collection. Then we go into content creation, back to brand foundation, right? In this content creation, we are going to select models, a backdrop, an aesthetic, the studios we rent, all with that brand alignment in mind. If we're going a luxury brand, it doesn't make sense for us to go next to a brick building, for example, or in a mall. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's not brand aligned, right? So we want our content to be completely aligned with the brand. So then our team, we have an in-house content team. We rent appropriate studios with our in-house team. We gather the models that are, again, aligned with the demographic that we're targeting. Because again, this is a side note, but when you're selling a product, you want the content with your product to be aligned with the demographic you're going for. It needs to be relatable. Like, I want to see a product that I see someone similar to me using, so I will buy it. I don't want to see somebody old or, a teenager, because it doesn't resonate. So we want to have that all aligned, which is why the foundation is so important. And I know I'm reiterating, but it's just very important. Now, in terms of content executionals, we need product stills. We need product stills on models. We need video content of stills and on models, because all of this is going to brand how we're going to price via social media and via website. Now, once the content process is done and the content is created, then we go into pre-launch, website building, etc. We have an in-house team. We create the website, again, aligned, whether it's trendy, whether it's luxury, whatever route we're taking, our website needs to be aligned. And we create the website and we're building hype, we're building launch. And then once we launch, then we go into post-launch scaling, okay? Obviously, the pro of this is they already have an audience. They already have social proof, that social trust. So we want to leverage it, right? So we're going to do a couple different things. We're going to leverage their audience, but not only that, we're going to leverage their network as well, because these people have amazing networks. So we're leveraging audience, network, organic posting, organic content, all of those things to start. We never typically start with running ads off the gate. And once we have an understanding of that, we launch, and then we go into post-launch services, okay? So our deal structure is structured in a way to where we're with you on the upfront. We'll get you 0 to 1, but we can also get you 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, right? We're a part of the process every step of the way. Fulfillment, marketing, consulting, all of those things. It's a very hands-off process. You also have to imagine, again, with public figures, they're very busy. They don't want to be fulfilling. They don't want to be marketing. So we take that all off their plate. And the best ways we see, depending on the brand, to grow is not, of course, leveraging their audience as well, but we also want to leverage affiliates, emails, content, stylists for clothing, and B2B as well. Because when you have a public figure behind a brand, you can very easily go to a boutique store or any other store for that matter and say, hey, this person just launched this brand. Would you want to carry it via wholesale? And wholesale orders are fantastic for B2B. So we go wholesale, we go affiliates, we go network, we go audience before we do paid media. And all the while, we're curating and fine-tuning our post-customer experience. We want people to be really enthralled when they open up our product, etc. We want people to post on their page. We want people to refer people. We want to get the community excited. We want to build that community. I think in every brand you create, you want to build community. Even if it's a very high-status, exclusive luxury brand, community is still very, very, very important. Now, through this process, we're iterating, we're fine-tuning, we're nailing down our target audience, and then only then can we bring in paid media, right? And that from A to Z, and then it's more of a rinse and repeat, right? We're going to double down on inventory that's working, on designs that worked. We're just going to do different colorways. We're going to double down on things that worked and scale that way. And that's the exact process in 10 minutes on exactly how we create and grow brands, specifically clothing brands, for public figures. And the only reason that I can provide this service with my company is I created a brand of my own. So I have the team. I understand the processes. I have the manufacturers, the suppliers. I have the content team dialed. I have post-launch services that I can instantly implement into their brand, inject it into their brand. And that's how this all started. There's obviously a lot of nuances and a lot of hurdles that you go through when you're building out a brand. But if you've done it before, everything becomes crystal clear. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, is you gain that clarity with time. That is one of the biggest skills you gain. It's just the clarity to understand what needs to be executed, when, and how in the most efficient way possible. And if you enjoyed this video and you want more information on how to build a business, how to build a service-based company, build a brand, make sure to subscribe for more of my free content, and I'll see you next video.